Okay, so let's talk about this. Members of the task force investigating the assassination attempt on Donald Trump are revisiting the scene of the attack in Butler, Pennsylvania. Ahead of that tour, some GOP lawmakers held a forum in Washington. We just got this sound. Listen.
I think that this is just the start as we continue to unpeel the layers and layers of why was there not an early morning briefing with all to ensure communications and last-minute security plans? Why was the surveillance drone not utilized, even though it was offered? And who ultimately is responsible and will be held accountable for one of the truly most life-changing incidents for a lot of us, where we almost lost the former president of the United States?
CBS News Pittsburgh, Jennifer Borrasso joins us live now from Butler, Pennsylvania. Okay, Jennifer, you have somebody who is a part of that delegation live with us on the stream.
Absolutely. Everybody wants to talk to Congressman Mike Kelly. He's the chairperson of this bipartisan task force, and he's joining us right now. As you see, all of these Congress people moving in right now to the Butler Farm Show. Thank you so much, Congressman, for joining me. Now, this is important because some of these of your colleagues have not been to this site. This is the first time, correct?
That's correct. That's correct. And we wanted them to see, well, they can look at pictures, they can look at what the drones were able to capture. What they haven't been is actually here physically to see exactly where everything took place. And I think particularly when we look at the AGR building where the shooter was positioned on the roof, the proximity of how close he was to where President Trump was at the time. So they're going to have a real life experience today of seeing what this looked like, including, which was my concern from the beginning, the entry and exit to this facility was very much diminished. They're doing half the roads being fixed right now. It's only a 2-lane highway. I was worried from the beginning about exit and entry, and if there was a safety situation, how would they get in and out? Because they were not expecting a crowd of this size, I can tell you that.
Congressman, so everybody here today from the task force?
No, not everybody's here. And, you know, unfortunately, when we do these things, it would be better if we were in Washington, D.C., because we're all in the same place at the same time. There are people that already had other commitments to someplace else. We put this together that if you could be here, be here. All 6 Democrats will be here. 4 of the Republicans will be here. Some, Sheriff Higgins had hurt his back. He will not be here, but others are traveling and had other commitments.
So everybody is hungry for answers. You and I sat down. You want accountability. You want to know what went wrong here. We talked about communication issues. Just last week, you know that the U.S. Secret Service, they put on leave 5 people. Do you think this is a little too late right now?
You know, I can't answer that because there's not a reason for why they were put on leave. I think that the Secret Service has to be accountable to us. The one thing we have with the task force is we have subpoena power. We will be able to find out what's going on. I think the transparency issue is the one that we are most concerned with right now. I think the American people can handle. They can handle it. They don't have to, you can't tell them what happened. Well, we are going to find out the truth. They're going to know the truth. And there's never going to be a question again of what were they afraid to tell us. I think the American people can handle that. They're strong. But it's our responsibility to restore the faith and trust and confidence that the American people need to have, especially in some of these agencies. You're looking at some people that are held in the highest esteem, and now you're wondering, geez, if the best of the best couldn't do it, who do we turn to?
Right now, it's been more than a month. Does the task force have all of the documents that you've requested from the DOJ, Homeland Security, the Secret Service, the FBI?
No, we don't have everything that we've requested. And then again, the subpoena power comes into place. It's taking too long to get what we need to get right now. Now, we do have a full-time staff working in Washington, D.C. While not all the members are able to do it every day, we have a staff that's working every day on it. We'll continue on that search. We'll continue to request, and we will push to get everything that we've asked for. It shouldn't be hard for them to do.
I read a report today. Some people feel that dragging feet, like this is just taking too long. What do you want to say to that? I know you want answers badly.
You know what? It's always, with me, it's always been measure twice, cut once. I think that the worst thing we can do is come out with a theory or saying this is what happened and then come out 2 days later and say, well, we were misinformed on that. Be right before you get vocal about it. Make sure you're telling the truth. Make sure you know everything that you asked and make sure that it's verifiable. Just getting out and saying, I looked at it and this is what happened, that's not the answer. The answer is, let's do the deep dive. Let's make sure that we know everything that happened. My main question has always been at the end, we knew ahead of time that there was a shooter. We knew there was a suspicious person. The question keeps coming up in my mind. Why did you leave President Trump out on the platform when you were suspicious? You didn't have to do that. So that's the one thing that comes back to me. And then it comes back to the communication. We weren't able to communicate. Well, I don't believe that you wait till there's a tragedy before you start communicating. It's the preparation for the event that's key.
Anything else you want to say about today's tour, what we may learn?
Well, I think we're going to learn from the different law enforcement, local law enforcement that was here. So it won't be this hearsay about people pointing fingers at other people. They will be able to express in their own terms, in their own time, what they were assigned to do when they came here. And then the next question is, how many times did you meet? What was the game plan? How did you know where you were supposed to be positioned? And how were you going to communicate with each other? And you and I know this. I have documents that show the hour, right? The day, the hour, the time, the second of every transmission that took place communication-wise. We knew well ahead of 11 minutes after 6 o'clock if there was a suspicious character, and we knew this person was on the roof of the AGR, and we knew that he was armed. The question is, why did you not at that moment, right now, shut it down, get the president off the stage?
Do you know when those Secret Service snipers on the barn, when did they know Thomas Crooks was up there with a gun? Do you know?
What I know so far, and this is the dangerous part, we're going to find out when exactly they knew and what the communication was going back and forth. I think that the sniper that had identified him and had his sights on him was waiting for somebody to give him the go.
Thank you so much, Congressman Mike Kelly. So there you have it right there, the chairperson of this bipartisan task force. They are about to meet to tour the Butler Farm Show. I'll send it back to you guys.
Jennifer, that is what we call a hook in the stream, and one heck of a great catch on a Monday. Thank you so much for that.